Have you ever caught yourself wondering why your life seems to be a never-ending cycle of chaos and confusion, despite your best efforts to stay organized and focused? In our fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded by a multitude of tasks, responsibilities, and distractions. We attempt to juggle everything at once, believing that this is what it means to prioritize. Yet more often than not, this approach results in stress, overwhelm, and a sense of underachievement. So where are we going wrong? The issue lies in a common misconception about priorities. We tend to view them as a vast list of tasks to be conquered, when in reality, a priority should be a singular, focused objective. Attempting to do everything at once is like trying to catch all the raindrops in a storm. It's simply impossible, and you'll only end up drenched and frustrated. The key to resolving this paradox lies not in modern self-help books or productivity hacks, but in an ancient philosophy called Stoicism. The Stoics, ancient philosophers from Greece and Rome, had a unique approach to life that can help us redefine our priorities. Stoicism as a philosophy is built upon several key principles. Let's delve into these principles, focusing on how they guide us in setting our priorities. Firstly, Stoicism teaches us the principle of acceptance. This means accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about understanding that the world doesn't bend to our desires, and we can't control everything that happens in our lives. But what we can control is our reaction and interpretation of events. This principle can help us in setting our priorities by encouraging us to accept things as they are, and to focus on what we can influence. Secondly, Stoicism emphasizes living in the present moment. Stoics believe that the past is unchangeable, and the future is unpredictable. The only moment we truly have is the present. We should therefore prioritize our actions in the present moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Lastly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what's within our control. This means differentiating between what we can change and what we can't. It's about understanding that our emotions, judgments, creativity, and actions are within our control, while everything else, including other people's actions, the weather, or the economy, is not. This understanding can help us prioritize effectively by focusing our energy and resources on aspects of our lives that we can actually influence. By incorporating these Stoic principles into our lives, we can redefine our priorities. We learn to accept reality, focus on the present, and concentrate on what's within our control. This approach enables us to prioritize wisely, ensuring that we spend our time and energy on what truly matters, rather than on things beyond our control. By adopting a Stoic approach to life, we can gain clarity and focus on what truly matters. So how can we apply Stoic philosophy to define our priorities? Here are some practical steps. First, it's all about identifying what's within your control. This is a central tenet of Stoicism. It's about understanding the difference between what you can change and what you can't. It's about focusing your energy on the things you can influence. Think about your day-to-day life. What aspects are under your control? Your thoughts, your actions, your responses to others? These are the areas where you can make a real difference. Second, accept what's out of your control. This may sound counterintuitive, but it's an essential part of defining your priorities. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or apathy. It means understanding that there are certain things in life you simply cannot change, no matter how hard you try. You can't control the weather, the actions of others, or the passage of time. When you accept these realities, you free up mental and emotional resources that can be used more productively elsewhere. The third step is to live in the present. Stoicism teaches us that the past is gone, and the future is yet to come. The only moment we truly have is the present. So instead of dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties, focus your attention on the here and now. What can you do today, in this very moment, to align your actions with your priorities? Lastly, focus on virtue and personal growth. Stoics believed that virtue was the highest good, and that personal growth was the path to achieving it. So make it a priority to cultivate virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Prioritize activities that contribute to your personal growth and self-improvement. This could be anything from reading a book, learning a new skill, or simply taking time to reflect on your actions and decisions. These 4 steps, identifying what's within your control, accepting what's out of your control, living in the present, and focusing on virtue and personal growth, provide a practical framework for defining your priorities according to Stoic philosophy. It's important to remember that this is a process, not a one-time event. Defining your priorities requires continual reassessment and adjustment, It's about making conscious decisions each day about where to focus your time, energy, and resources. By following these steps, you can start to redefine your priorities and live a more focused and fulfilling life. Of course, redefining your priorities is not without its challenges. The journey to defining your priorities can be likened to a path filled with thorns and boulders. It's a path that demands resilience, courage, and an unwavering resolve. One of the most common challenges people face is resistance to change. It's human nature to seek comfort in the familiar, to cling to old habits and routines even when they no longer serve us. But remember, the Stoics teach us to embrace change, to view it not as an enemy but as an ally. Change is the only constant in life, and it is through change that we grow and evolve. Don't resist change but welcome it. Embrace it as an opportunity to redefine your priorities and to lead a more fulfilling life. Another challenge is the difficulty in letting go of control. We often hold on to the illusion of control, thinking that we can manage every aspect of our lives. But the Stoics remind us that the only thing we truly have control over is our thoughts and actions. Let go of your need to control everything around you. Focus instead on controlling your response to the world. This shift in perspective can be liberating, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Lastly, we come across the temptation of distractions. In an age filled with endless streams of information and entertainment, it's easy to lose sight of our priorities. But the Stoics guide us to practice self-discipline, to resist these distractions, and to stay focused on our true priorities. To overcome these challenges, it's essential to cultivate a Stoic mindset. Practice acceptance of change, let go of the illusion of control, and resist the allure of distractions. By doing so, you'll be well on your way to defining and living by your true priorities. Remember, the path to a more focused life is not always easy, but the rewards are worth the effort. With perseverance and the wisdom of the Stoics, you can overcome any challenge that stands in your way. Let's take a moment to recap the Stoic approach to defining your priorities. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a fundamental understanding: the distinction between what is within our control and what isn't. Stoicism teaches us to focus our energy on the aspects of life we can influence, and to accept the things we cannot change. This simple yet profound realization can help us define our priorities more effectively. Instead of fretting over unpredictable circumstances or other people's actions, we channel our efforts into arenas where we can make a real difference. Stoicism also encourages us to live in the present. Often we waste our precious moments worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Stoic philosophy reminds us that the present moment is all we truly have. By embracing the here and now, we can prioritize our actions based on current realities rather than hypothetical scenarios or past regrets. This approach not only brings clarity to our priorities but also imbues our lives with a sense of peace and contentment. Moreover, Stoicism places a high value on virtue and personal growth. It nudges us to prioritize self-improvement and ethical living over materialistic pursuits. By doing so, we can align our actions with our core values, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This Stoic emphasis on moral excellence and personal development can guide us in setting priorities that reflect our deepest convictions and aspirations. Lastly, Stoics believe in the power of resilience and perseverance. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way. Stoicism equips us with the mental fortitude to face these trials head-on, reaffirming our priorities even in the face of adversity. It teaches us that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth and every setback is a chance to realign our priorities. By adopting the Stoic approach to life, you can redefine your priorities and create a life of focus, fulfillment, and peace.